Dust is dancing on the yellow pine by the window where the morning sunlight falls. A tin of recipes worn thin by time, resting on the shelf against the walls. The house is quiet, the voice is mostly gone, but the smell of flowers still lingers in the air. I found that tin before the break of dawn and opened up the memories gathered there. Inside the rusted hinge, the secrets sleep, faded ink on cards with scalloped edges worn. A grocery list that grandma meant to keep, a note of gratitude for every child born. She wrote in cursive that I can't quite read about a harvest feast back in '64. It's everything a hungry soul could need, spilled out across that wooden kitchen floor. She taught us how to measure out our grace with a teaspoon of kindness and a cup of grit. I see her smile in every kitchen space, in the stool where all the grandchildren would sit. Now I'm the one who's graying at the temple, learning what the old ones always knew. Life is often hard and the ways are simple, in the things we say and the work we do. The tin is heavy with the years we've spent, a legacy of flour and of home. I finally understand just what she meant about the roots that keep us where we roam. I'm putting it back on the window shelf, right where the morning sunlight hits the floor. I found a piece of my own missing self behind that faded farmhouse kitchen door. I planted that cedar on a summer when the rain wouldn't quit. Stacked it high and left it seasoning right where the oaks are thick. More ties and tenon, no screws to be seen, just a quiet place to watch the seasons move, a simple place to sit at Miller's Crossing. The grain has turned to silver under the sun, patina deep where 1,000 stories have run. I made a place to rest, but it became a home, a gathering spot for the kin of the county. I thought I was crafting wood, but I was building time. Yeah, I was building time. The joints have held through the floods and the droughts. Every gouge and stain is a word that nobody speaks, a silent promise kept in the heart of the valley. I hear the laughter echoing through the timber, and I reckon I understand the meaning of the work. It don't belong to me no more. Never really did, I suppose. Just a piece of cedar left in the shade. Let 'em sit, let 'em stay. Let 'em stay. Night rain has passed, leaving the wheat in a velvet shimmer. The clouds are violeting, smudged across a fading ledger sky. I found this leather cover beneath the scale house window, recording every season where the tally didn't quite match the buy. See here, the 23 drought, the margins were thin as a prayer. But Grandpa Joe wrote carry the line beside the family name. He didn't need the numbers to reckon what we owed each other. A harvest ledger is a book of souls, not just a game. We stood between the wind and the grain with a common breath. 100 small agreements kept the hungry wolves from the gate. It's not just ink and paper, it's not just ink and paper that holds a valley together, but the quiet kind of handshake that won't leave a man to fate. Now new names are filling the columns where the elders once stood. Same dreams beneath the horizon, same wind across the draw. I'll close the cover tonight, knowing the tally is balanced by a trust that runs deeper than any record or any law. Yes, it runs deep. Closing the book now.
Clicks soft like a Sunday sigh. Sunlight's drying up the county lines. 50 years of coffee, ham and heat. Now the quiet's got a rhythm, sounds so sweet. There's a shelf behind the counter, stained and old, holding every secret that the junction's told. I found that recipe book, thick and bound in red, dusty pages full of life, and the things we fed, and the things we fed. Started as a list of eggs and flour and yeast, but it grew into the heart of every wedding feast. Here's a peach cobbler from a girl who moved away, and the chicken and dumplings for a rainy Friday. Someone wrote a note in the margin of the pie. Mama said to double up the love, don't even try. Engagements were toasted over gravy and peas. Generations learning how to bring him to his knees. Homecoming brunches and the welcome back meals. It's funny how a little butter makes the whole world heal. Oh, it ain't just the flour, it ain't just the heat. It's the way that a community makes the bitter taste sweet. From the hands that are shaken to the hands that are new. junction. The coffee might go cold, but the stories in these pages will never grow old. I turn past the stains in the tape, holding on to a crisp white page where the ink's barely gone. Written in a hand that I didn't recognize was a new buttermilk biscuit with a little surprise. With a little surprise. A younger mother added how she feeds her 3. A note about a new life and a baby to be. I saw the children's names scrawled in a shaky line, realizing that the future wasn't just mine. The tradition is walking, it's already grown, planting new seeds from the ones that we've sown. I'm locking the doors with a heart that is full, letting go of the apron and the long steady pull. The recipes are written, the kitchen is at peace, and the flavor of the family will never ever cease.
Morning chill still clings to the valley floor. I turn the rusted key inside the storage door. September sun starts peeking o'er the ridge, a promise hanging across the wooden bridge. Before the dust is kicked up by the crowd, before the hum of life grows thick and loud, I find it in the corner, quiet and waiting there. The cedar chest that holds the pulse of the fair, my fingers trace the grain of knot and pine, a vessel tethered to the passing of time. The hinges groan, revealing satin frayed, faded colors from the bets we never laid, a pressed blue strip from a year of heavy rain when young hands learned to harvest golden grain. Here's a photograph of folks I used to know before their hair turned white as driven snow. They weren't here for glory or the prize before the knowing. Look inside their neighbor's eyes. It's a story told in fabric. It's a story told in fabric, weaving hem, carried forward by the likes of all of them. I see the mark of kin in every line, the same firm grip upon the tangled twine. Granddaddy showing how to turn the soil, finding grace inside the honest toil. The wisdom passed in whispers round the pen, how to mend what's broke and start again. I recall the pride of home and start again. I recall the pride upon a daughter's face, running barefoot through the sacred open space. It stirs with its blood, it's holding fast, building bridges that are certain, meant to last. The pickup trucks are rattling up the rise. I see the wonder waking in the children's eyes. Another season starts its steady hum, unfolding for the ones who are yet to come. I leave the jar, the box wide open, wide for the new arrival stepping up inside. For the new arrival stepping up inside. The ribbon isn't what they'll take away, it's the spirit that we're passing on today. The sun is high, the hills are turning gold, and there's a brand new chapter waiting to be told.
Creek bed is humming a springtime tune beneath the soft glow of a Kentucky noon. We set up the frame where the willow branches lean, bringing the colors and the shades of the green. The pavilion is cool and the air is just right, with baskets of scraps saved from another life. Old Auntie May's laughing as she takes her seat.
with the thread and the needle and the rhythm so sweet. That blue calico was from a Sunday dress. When the harvest was good and we lived for much less, the floral print squares are the skirts that we wore before the hard winters and the years at the door. This flannel belonged to my husband's work shirt, the day that we cleared all the stones from the dirt. Every stitch is a story, every hem is a name, bound for the center of our willow branch frame. The young hands are joining with a curious eye, learning the way that the fabrics all lie. They listen to lessons on how to stay kind, leaving the hurry and the static behind. We talk about recipes and keeping the faith, and the quiet sacrifices made in this place. It's more than a pattern, it's more than a craft. It's the anchor that held when the winds began to draft. Now the binding is tight and the edges are clean, the prettiest heirloom that you've ever seen. I may not be here for the spring work next year, but the stories we stitch will keep everyone near. It's a legacy. It's a legacy woven in cotton and pine, a piece of your mother and a piece of mine, passing it on through the needle and thread, with love in our hearts and the willow overhead.
Turn slow in the rust of the hinge before the sun claims the orchard's edge. Dew on the loading dock, silver and cold, next to a treasure the damp pine holds. Lawson's is quiet in the back of the lot. A story exists, empty wood slats and a peach label ghost, watching the world that we love the most. I lift the lid from the weathered pine, find the harvest of a different design. Faded baby photos and cards tucked in tight, written by hands that are resting tonight. Recipes for cobbler and notes from the loom, announcements of birth when the red buds bloom. The ink might be thin and the corners are torn, but the heart of this county is written and born. Grandfathers came with a hat in their hand, asking for favor or help with the land. Now their grandchildren are grown and they stay, leaving new secrets to brighten the day. They don't need the market, they don't need the scale to keep their own truth from growing stale. The peach crate stays, though the peaches are gone. The light hits the rose, then the market, then dawn. Room 7 is quiet, the coal stove is humming. Sunlight is silver on floors of aged pine. I found where the names were carved deep in the framing, before the ink faded or children grew fine. There's a box on the shelf made of Tennessee maple, with a hinge it still holds after 50-some years. I lift the heavy lid, feel the grain on my fingers and the weight of the dreams that were left in arrears. Inside are the ribbons from Ribbons for Braids, a certificate frayed at the edge of the border, a sketch of a tractor in crayon and shades, and a note from a sister left out of the order. A pressed maple leaf from a path by the creek, a pencil stub worn to the lead in the brass, the ghosts of the questions they were too scared to speak, hidden like treasures beneath the heavy glass. I see how the valley is folded in pages. From the ridge to the river, the bloodlines are clear. I taught all the cousins through different ages, the same steady eyes looking back through the year. They learned how to read by the light of the fire, how to sign their own names in a hand that was bold. They reached for the things that they'd always desire, beyond the red clay and the winter so cold. It wasn't just numbers or facts on a slate, or keeping the clock while the seasons went by. It was helping a child find the strength to be great, and lifting their gaze toward the Tennessee sky. It's a quiet fulfillment when the lesson takes root. It's the wisdom they found when the winter was through. The stove is still hot, but the sun's getting higher. I close up the maple and walk toward the door. The dreams of the valley are fueling the fire, and room 7 is empty, but full evermore.
Thunder's done humming, left the ridge stone dry. Old tin still cooling under a pinker sky. Wren's got a nest where the rafters meet the wall. 80 years of heavy weather, it's still standing tall. I'm sweeping out the shadows, chasing the cedar dust. Black water's in the rear view, but the shed still got our trust. Black water's in the rear view, but the shed still got our trust. It ain't the fences, and it ain't the pasture ground. It's the names we're still speaking, the only wealth we found. Grandpa built the shelter, but Wayne the range we roam. That tin roof is a silver crown, caught in the evening light, watching Blackwater Ridge move through the night. Blackwater Ridge move through the night. Dusty pickup headlights cutting through the creek bottom damp. Kids are hanging lanterns, lighting up the old pine ramp. Some are talking cattle, some are laughing low and sweet, bringing all those city miles back to where the roots take heat. Bringing all those city miles back to where the roots take heat. They don't know they're holding every story we ever told, turning all that rusted iron into solid Texas gold. It ain't the fences, and it ain't the pasture ground. It's the names we're still speaking, the only wealth we found. Grandpa shelter, but Wayne, the range we roam, that tin roof is a silver crown, caught in the evening light, watching Blackwater Ridge move through the night. Blackwater Ridge move through the night.
Sycamore roots, they hold the soil where the river bends and the sunlight spills. I brought the leather with the silver ink from the valley floor to the rising hills. 100 Mays in this worn-out binding, every name a tether to the ground. It's not just the ink on the yellowed page, or the date we marked when the child was born. It's the breath of the kin who stood right here, and the lessons learned and the burdens worn were just the latest in a long, long line. Under the sycamore, we're all intertwined. I found a prayer from a sister's hand, written the night before the rain. A scrap of ribbon, a lock of hair, joy and silence and a little bit of pain. I hear their voices in the rustle of the trees, in the secrets left for the ones who follow. A brand new page and a steady hand. The youngest kin is writing down their truth, passing the leather to the next in line, trading the elders for the fire of youth. The ink is wet, but the roots are deep, but the roots are deep. A century more for the Lord to keep, for the Lord to keep. Just a book and a bend in the river until the roots give way. Sycamore Bend.
Night rain left the mud on the floorboard of the truck. Just another Sunday morning and I'm pushing my luck. 70 years of gravity pulling on my frame, but the bell on the hill keeps calling out my name. I wash the basin clean and put the coffee in the pot, looking out across the valley at the little that we got. The morning glory's climbing up the lattice on the wall, while the fog is lifting slowly from the fields and timber stall. I see the young couples in the second wooden pew. They were just little children when the iron bell was new. I rang for their weddings and I tolled for the loss of the brothers in the harvest under the old rugged cross. Cedar Creek is rising with the weight of every year. The water's running steady and the morning's finally clear. I remember every face that walked up through that door, the saints and the sinners and the ones we have no more. It ain't about the glamour and it ain't about the pride. just responsibility I carry deep inside. Someone's got to reach out and pull that iron rope to remind the valley people that there's always room for hope. It's the rhythm of the heartland, it's the root beneath our feet, the sacred and the simple and the bitter and the sweet. Through the floods and through the drought, through the harvest tide and cold, the story keeps on turning just the way it was foretold. I'm slowing down a bit now, and the winters feel so long, but the heart of this old valley is still beating loud and strong. I see a young man coming up the path I used to run. He's got the same quiet fire for the things that must be done. So I put my hand on iron and I pulled the cable deep for the generations waking and the ones who are asleep. The tolling is my legacy, the echo is my son, and the ringing on the hill above Cedar Creek has just begun. Linoleum is cool beneath my boots, the shadows long across the kitchen floor. Dust has settled on the pine like a blanket on a long abandoned shore. I found it resting on the window shelf, a painted tin of faded crimson red, the kind Grandma used to fill with supper rolls or keep the Sunday bread instead. I lift the lid and hear the ghost of rust, a whisper from the years that turned to grain. Inside her slips of paper, curled and worn, shielding secrets from the wind and rain. I see a recipe for harvest cake, and cursed that I haven't seen in years. A grocery list for a potluck feast, written through mother's smiles and tears. Faded Polaroid snapshots of the harvest, grease-stained notes for how to cure the ham. A Sunday school reminder for the morning, and the secrets of her elderberry jam. There's a photograph of Grandpa by the tractor with a smile that barely reached his eyes, tucked inside a poem about the prairie under vast and blue mid-wintering skies. She taught me patience in the garden rows and how to find the water in the ground. She said the roots are deeper than the branches, that the truest wealth is what can't be found. These heirlooms aren't made of silver or gold, just paper thin and edges turned to brown. But they're the only map that leads me home to the quiet heart of this rural town. Every sacrifice and Sunday supper, every lesson that was whispered in the light, is held right here inside this metal circle, keeping all the old traditions bright. The house is quiet, but it isn't empty. The history is singing in the wood. I understand the meaning of the heart now, in the way they gave us all they could. It's not just blood that makes a family whole, it's the recipe we used to make the bread. It's the wisdom that was passed around the table, in the simple, loving things they said. I'll close the tin and leave it on the shelf for the next one who comes looking for the light, knowing that the heritage remains here, waiting through the middle of the night. Yeah, I found my way back to the foundation. I finally know just where I belong. Shadows stretch long 'neath the hickory crown, where the evening settles on the edge of this town. 50 years gone since we buried the steel, locked up a lifetime tucked under the wheel. Folding chairs creak in the cooling of day, as the breeze stops its pushing and wanders away. I'm holding the key, though my grip's grown a mite thin, waiting for the moment to let the past in. Oh, the years are a river, not stolen by time, just sleeping in silence to let the past in. Oh, the years are a river that flows without sign. It's a bridge between the ones waiting home to me. Got to breathe the young faces, the grandchildren stand, touching the ghost with a soft, trembling hand. That crayon drawing of a bluebird in flight, it brings back the morning, it brings back the light. It's more than just paper, it's a soul in the ink, pulling us closer than we dare to think, placing our stories in the slow gears of time. A message for kin that we haven't yet known, from the seeds of the kindness that we have once sown. The sun slips behind the horizon of pine. I'm passing the future down the long, sturdy line. It's a cycle of giving, it's a truth to behold, to watch how the heart finds the courage to fold. Clouds broke open on the ridge an hour ago, just enough to let the evening light catch the grain. I'm rubbing down the timber my daddy cut from this delta, wiping off the rain and the dust of a long week's pain. It's not just a surface for bread or a glass of sweet tea. It's the history of every soul who ever sat close to me. See that scar near the middle? That's from a birthday candle fire, from 80 years of breathing and blowing out the flame. And that deep gouge on the end, that's where two brothers argue, learning that forgiveness is stronger than a family name. Grandma used to sit right there, teaching us how to pray. Now her ghost is in the wood, listening to what we say. I can hear the cars coming up the gravel road now, 4 generations turning off their engines in the mud. They're bringing their recipes, their babies and their hard-learned wisdom. Every drop of memory as thick as the bayou blood. They ain't just taking seats, son, they're taking up their turn, feeding the same fire that we're fixing to let burn. Sunday table is set and the story goes on. Let the story go on. That swing hangs by the hand of a man long gone. Pop built it when the mountain air was thin and strong. Now the white oaks stand like sentinels in the fading light, and the golden hours holding back the coming night. The joints are worn smooth by the years we've spent here, sifting through the seasons and the fear. Sifting through the seasons, the hope and the fear. Didn't need a map or a book to show the way. Just the quiet lean of the wood and the things we didn't swing, listening for the song that the crickets start to sing. Wisdom isn't shouted from the highest mountain peak. It's the simple breath of kindness when the words are weak. I remember you with dirt on your knees and a worried brow, asking for a piece of the future you're living now. And the questions that you're carrying, I carried too, underneath this same sky with this very view. We trade the heavy weights for a moment of grace, finding all we in this time and this place, finding all we need in this time in this place. The grand young nuns are gathered, playing in the edge of the dark, chasing the fireflies, lighting up a different spark. They don't know their leaner years, we've already grown, claiming a Herod keeps its cadence while the world keeps turning round. Safe and sound right here on this hallowed ground, humming softly. The air turned sharp last night by Red Clay Creek, just like the stories that the ridgetops speak. I'm out here early where the hickory shadows grow, wiping the morning frost off the wheel I know. It stood 100 years beneath these Alabama skies, the old Walnut Press at Red Clay Orchard, silent, warm, and wise. Soon the baskets come, heavy with the harvest heat, with hickory husks and falling gold beneath their feet. The children take the handle, they learn to turn the grain, listening to the timber groan and feel the sire so sweet. Underneath the canopy where generations meet, I see a young man's face in the way that boy pulls the lever now, and I remember silver in the hair above his father's brow. There's a power in this timber that you can't get from a book, just a quiet strength in the neighbor's look that keeps the seasons whole. pressing out the memories and the secrets of the soul. The hands that turn the wheel today are smaller than my own, but they carry on the legacy of every seed we've sown. As the sun dips past the foothills and the shadows stretch away, I'm thankful for the harvest and the ending of the day. Yeah, the cycle keeps on turning here in northern Alabama. Turning, turning. Keep it turning, children. Let it flow.